Butler right now is exhausted with 46.7 remaining.
How's it hanging, Heat Nation? Welcome back to Culture Shock, the first ever all-female NBA podcast. I'm your host, Clippy, and I'm joined by my other host,
Kaley. Hi, guys.
And today we have a lot to talk about. I mean, the Indiana game, the Milwaukee game, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, everybody. So I want you to start off with whatever you think is the most important thing, because there's so much, there's so much since our last episode that has happened.
Yeah.
So let's just jump right into it. I mean,
Okay. I feel like we should get off our chest the whole Duncan performing one and then not performing the next.
The inconsistency.
Yeah.
Inconsistency.
Like he literally went from scoring like 25 points, I think, with the Pacers.
I think it was like 24 against the Pacers, something like that.
Yeah. Like doing decently well. We were like, okay, fine. He's back. He clocked into work. Great. But then the next day, he literally just legit.
He didn't clock in.
Yeah,
he didn't clock in.
The next day, just did not clock in. Where was he? We're not sure. And he was also given like a lot of open shots against the Bucks. And with the Bucks being also really putting us in a defense shamble, there were so many open shots that Duncan had, so many different tries. I think there was even one play they did two, and he missed both.
I remember that. That was in the corner, I think.
Yeah.
He gets the rebound, he puts it back up, misses, gets the rebound, misses. It's just, to me, it's like I'd rather him not even be good at all than be good and then the next game not be good, because it's the inconsistency that like messes us up. So it's like, are you gonna come into work? Are you not? I don't understand. Like, he goes to sleep, he wakes up the next morning, he's like, you know what, I'm not gonna play today. And it's very, very weird because Milwaukee had a lot of injuries, and he could have feasted. He really could have. He could have came out and shot the ball lights out and scored 30 plus all on threes. But it's like he's not doing that, and I don't know what to do anymore. I can't make any more excuses for him, and I'm not going to, because I'm tired of it. It's like he's the reason, and I don't want to blame just him, but he's a big reason why we're losing games. We're not. Yeah. Our offense is very flat, and it's because every time he touches the ball, he misses his shots, and it's definitely detrimental to us. I don't know what to do anymore. It's like, should we bully him more? Like, I don't get it.
Because the thing is too, we're obviously trying to make plays around him so then we can score more threes and be more consistent on just making sure we do that, especially since we don't have our paint with Bam.
Start crying right now.
Yeah. So it's like we're kind of relying on trying to get more threes, and we can't rely on Kyle. We can't rely on no one else really to really hone down and get those threes and guarantee us those points. So whenever we literally give you the ball, we pray and we hope that you can just do your one job.
I don't know. At this point, I pray and hope he passes it out. I don't even hope that he shoots it anymore. It's like Max is coming into the game and he's doing what Duncan should be doing. You know what I mean? He's shooting the three. He's shooting it great. He's driving. He's getting to the free throw line. And Duncan's not doing that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Duncan could easily drive the basketball and try and score at the rim, but he also does not do that. In Indiana versus the Indiana game, he did do that. He got to the basket a bunch of times. He scored layups and stuff like that. And then the next game, it's like a completely different Duncan Robinson. And I don't know if it's because he's in his head or what. If the fans are maybe getting to him, I don't know. Because it's just, at this point, I have no words anymore. And I think Max should be starting 100%. If Eric can give Max that starting lineup, I think that starting lineup spot, I think that actually we'd look pretty good. And the lineup's already crazy right now because we have Ben out, we have Jimmy out. So would it really hurt, trying to incorporate Max to see if it works? I don't think so. But
at least.
But let's be honest, is Spo really gonna not start Duncan? No, he's not. He's gonna keep being like, keep shooting, it's fine, you'll find it. Like, no, like that's it, it's over with. Like I'm done. The whole Duncan train.
There's that looming big contract behind Duncan as well. That it's like, if you have that big of a contract and you're not starting him, that looks.
I mean, yeah, and that's a little weird, but Duncan just needs to come out and produce. Like, that's all we're asking, really. Like, just do something. And it's like, if you're not doing something on the offensive end, at least do something on the defensive end. But he's not doing that. He's not doing anything. You know what I mean? He's just picking up fouls and getting his cardio in. So That's it.
I mean, we have to wait. We have to briefly, the last little topic about Duncan, we have to talk about how, like, he's able to score, 24 points and be amazing in one game, but also the fact that he's being paid like around 90 mil. He's starting, and there's a game where he scores 0. So he's just doing straight cardio, no blocks, no assists.
He's just getting his steps in. Kaley, that's all he's doing. It was versus Cleveland. He was like, he had 0 points, 0 for 6, 0 for 7, 0 for everything. I was shocked. I was actually
He was
shocked.
that meme. He was that meme of like, love a contributor. Like that. It was like 0,
literally. I just don't understand how you 0 points, like not even one, not even a free throw. It's
Nothing.
like, okay. But speaking of someone that can't really find their shot, I feel like Kyle Lowry is just, his shot is just flat. I don't know what's going on. I feel like he performs better when Jimmy's on the court and Bam's on the court. But also, if you're a point guard, you're supposed to be our leader, especially when Jimmy and Bam are out, and he's not leading our team at all. He seems really frustrated every time they're down by a lot, and I don't know if it's his attitude that is doing this.
And which sucks because, like, I feel like he's very smart. I feel like a lot of what makes him is his IQ. Like, he's so smart. He knows really like how to get quick assists, and like he understands like what people are like turning and shit like that. So like normally he understands what to do under pressure. And it just seems like maybe because of how you said, like, because there's just no Bam, there's no Jimmy, there's not the normal equilibrium. It's almost like he's kind of confused of what to do. And then like whenever he's pressed for making a shot, especially like how against the Bucks, a lot of it was just like running down the shot clock to like just passing and not shooting. And it's like someone needs to like grab hold and like be like, guys, we just need to shoot the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Like,
and that should be him. And he's not. And I get it. Like, he's playing with the second unit. He's playing with the bench. He's playing with Gabe Vincent and like Yurtsevin. And I get it. Okay. Like, I understand you're not playing with the people you came here for, but at the same time, this is still your team. Like, they are still part of your team. You need to come out here and contribute. And I don't know. I'm honestly worried about his shot. It doesn't look good at all. He's shooting threes that, are clunking the rim every time.
Yeah.
That should be going in. You know what I mean? And I mean, he is making some shots and, whatever, that's fine, but he should be producing the way he did in Toronto. You know what I mean? He was great in Toronto. He should have came in here and did the same thing. He didn't have anyone in Toronto. He didn't have anyone. So when he's coming in here, he has Jimmy and Bam. And when he doesn't have them, he's not stepping up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's not really anyone stepping up.
Yeah, especially when you have like people coming in like Yurtsevin and Strauss and like all those people. It's like you can tell that they're like trying to like whatever you need, we'll try to do it. But it's almost like he's not taking full advantage of it for some reason. It's like It's not like they're refusing to play with him. It's like they're like, what do you need? We'll do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
they're like, you lead, we follow, but he's not leading. He's not like I said, he looks really frustrated, like visibly frustrated all the time. When he doesn't get a call, he's yelling at the ref, he's screaming at the ref. You know what I mean? He just looks frustrated. And I get it. We're frustrated too. We're watching. We're frustrated also.
Yeah.
But it all starts with him. If he has a good game, if he's the igniter, if he's, the guy that's starting everything, everyone's going to fall in line and do the same. You know what I mean? When Jimmy's out there and Jimmy's having a good game, what does everyone do? Everyone has a good game too. Yeah. So Kyle, I feel, just needs to find that leadership role, or that confidence. Set the tone for the game, because he can. He definitely has the ability, but he's not doing that, which sucks. But I mean, I'm not gonna give up hope on Kyle, because he is our starting point guard. He's really all we have. So hopefully, when Jimmy comes back, he picks it up and he returns to normal, because I can't make excuses for him anymore either, because I'm making excuses for everyone on the team. And another person,
it'll be fine.
Yeah, like, cross our fingers, hope Kyle comes back. I don't. But I wanted to talk about Tyler Hero. These last couple games has kind of been non-existent. I don't want to bash him, because I did before and I was proven wrong. So I just don't want to bash him, but he also should be another person that's stepping up, because he has all the ability to. You know what I mean? He should be dropping 30 points, especially versus a Milwaukee team that has no one. They basically had none of their players last night. I mean, if Giannis is not playing, the paint is, it's wide open, drive in there. And he did. He had a couple easy layups. But if you're, scoring 14, 15, 16 points a night and they're all coming from the free throw line, it's like, you know what I mean? 20 shots, you're putting up 20 shots, it's tough. And it's also, I
Yeah.
want to blame because Jimmy and Bam are not there. So it's
Yeah.
like they
I feel
need
like
to
he
find
really
their
does
own
like,
rhythm.
yeah, I feel like he really does like rely on them to kind of be like, you can do it, and then they give him like certain shots of like, you can do it. So it's like, it's almost like he needs kind of like that reassurance.
Yeah,
being at
that
his age.
confidence or something,
Yeah,
that. But
but like,
honestly, he could be a leader. He really could be if
yeah,
he wanted to, because no one is. Jimmy and Bam are out. No one is picking up the leadership role. So it's like,
yeah,
who's gonna do it? And Tyler can. He's a third-year guard, and he's been to the finals. You know what I mean? He has that
yeah,
experience under his belt. He's been
yeah,
has been through the adversity of the 73 or 74 day off season, which was the shortest ever. So he
yeah,
has that experience under his belt, but it's like no one wants to pick up the slack of being that leader because they're like, that's Jimmy, and we can't touch that, but someone has to. So I don't know. I think if Tyler comes in and scores 30 a night, I think everyone else picks up the slack too, and has a good night. So if Tyler's not producing, Kyle's not producing, it's like, what are we gonna do? Of course we're gonna lose games against the Cavaliers and against the shorthanded Bucks. And
yeah,
I don't know. It's just, I want to talk about the Indiana game because it's like we played so well, like
yeah,
so good. Like in
yeah,
the first quarter, I think Kyle had like 11, Duncan had like 13 or 12 or something.
yeah,
And then the next game, it's like, it's gone. So I
yeah.
don't know if they were tired on a back to back
But it's
or,
like, you can't be tired on a back to back, you know? So
yeah.
it's
I mean,
like,
yeah, you're a professional. So
yeah. So it's like, especially you would think also off of a win that they would be a lot more like energized, ready to take on another one, especially if you already beat the Bucks the first time. And then it's like, especially you beat the first time with Giannis. So it's like, guys, now you're
Yep.
without Giannis. You just have bench people playing, and yet you
Yep.
still couldn't like muscle up any sort of win.
Yeah, and it hurts, especially, I mean, the Cleveland game for me was more hurtful than the Milwaukee one because it's like, it's Cleveland, and I understand Cleveland, has a better team than
Yeah.
last year for sure, and their defense was great. I think they have like the third or second best defense in the league, which is actually crazy because it's the Cavaliers. But like, it's the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the game that Duncan had the zero stat line, that we all had the same amount of points as Duncan that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, on the back to back, you shouldn't be. We shouldn't be tired. They're professionals. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be something that we're like, oh, we're tired.
Yeah, if
Like,
anything, I feel like these downfalls with Tyler, Duncan, Kyle, it's almost like we're starting to root for some bench people, aka Gabe Vincent. All of a sudden, we're kind of like, okay, I kind of like Gabe now, I guess.
I'm on the Gabe train for sure.
Yeah, because I feel like these people off the bench are just more hungry to try to get any sort of openings, points, and like just drives because they have nothing really to lose. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
They're fighting for a spot. So they're like, I'm just trying to go out there and do what I can, especially with all of our injuries. Yeah, but I like Gabe. When Gabe
too,
had that 20 something point game versus Chicago and he had like 15 in the fourth quarter, something like that, I was on the Gabe train. I'm like, yep, we need him.
Yeah.
Like,
especially if we need a guy who literally can't miss a shot, like a shot after shot after shot. If he's not missing any, I want that. And he was doing that for like a little while. And then also having Max, sometimes whenever he gets like a hot hand, he really just,
it's over with.
It's over. Yeah. So it's
over.
like the fact that we're kind of like looking towards these guys to really step up. It's kind of
like I'm looking down the bench like, guys, who is gonna
please.
Yeah, and then everyone's hopping on the yurt season, the yurt seven train. And I mean, I like him. He has great size and he could do a lot, especially since Bam isn't playing and all we have is Dedmon as our size, which is really scary because Dedmon isn't Bam Adebayo. He's never gonna be Bam Adebayo. I mean, he obviously gives us what he can, but he's not Bam Adebayo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also he has those moving screen tendencies that keep getting fouled on and fouled on and fouled on. It's like, guys,
Kaley, I can't. I can't. Every time he sets a screen and I hear a whistle, I'm like, oh no, not again. It's just so bad. And I don't,
And it should be
well,
something that like should stop after like multiple like if you've already been caught multiple times, kind of like
right,
stop. You
right.
know? Like
Yeah,
get the message.
exactly. I think he at least has one a game. At least one
Yeah, at
every game.
least.
And it's like,
Yeah.
it's not that hard to just set your feet, don't move.
Don't move.
And it's like, that's it. But
Yeah.
I feel like maybe, I don't know, he wants to move and, roll off the screen so fast and he doesn't stop to just set his feet. But I
Yeah.
mean, someone needs to yell at him. I don't know, Spoelstra, Jimmy Butler, someone on the bench be like, please just stop, just set your feet. So,
Yeah.
but enough about the negativity because it's a lot of negativeness coming. There is some,
Yeah.
bright spots. Like Yer is a bright spot. I feel like he could actually get some playtime and,
Yeah.
fight for a spot on the roster, which, I mean, he is on the roster, but fight for us playing time basically
Yeah.
because he is, good. He, versus Indiana, he played the entire fourth quarter. I think he had 12 points.
Yeah.
And we were better with him on the floor. He gets rebounds. He's huge. I think he's 7 foot, 7 feet, 7 something.
I think so. Yeah.
But he's huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a big guy, and he's gonna get rebounds, and that's what we need. We went from the number 1 rebounding team in the league to I think 13th. That's terrible. That is so bad. That is
That's like
really bad. We were
Yeah.
out rebounding teams by 20, 10,
Yeah.
15, and now we are getting out rebounded every single game.
Yeah.
And it's like, what happened? You know what I mean? These possessions that we're letting them get the offensive rebound, they turn to second chance points, and then we lose games like that. So it's
Yeah.
like it's tough. So yeah,
But
I
on the
don't
good
know.
news, we should start talking about how
Yes, the good news,
well
please.
also our sources 5 reasons on Twitter, they actually posted about how Jimmy's coming back for the Memphis game. Possibly. So
I need to
exciting.
breathe because I needed this. I prayed to God last night for this
No, literally,
when I was
like,
suffering watching that Milwaukee game.
When I saw that tweet, I was like, "There's a God." Like,
Yes, and he is real.
He's real.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
And Memphis is shorthanded. They don't have Ja because I think the knee or something like that. He has a knee injury or something like that. So he's not going to be there. But still, Memphis is playing great. They beat the Oklahoma City Thunder by 73.
The historic night.
I saw that and I was like, if the Heat ever lost by 73, I would
just, like, hide.
stop being a fan. I would stop being a fan. I would burn all my jerseys. I can't. I would be so disappointed. But so we play Memphis on Monday at home. So we're back at home. Our home record is good. It's decent.
Yeah.
And if Jimmy comes back, it's definitely a winnable game. 100%. So
like he will fight it till the end. But it's like there's no way we're losing.
Jimmy is all he wants to do is win. So with him back, I think that will definitely look better. But we're still missing Bam, and I feel like he is the focal point, the centerpiece, the missing piece, the everything that we need. And I think he had surgery yesterday.
I think so.
Yesterday morning or something like that. So counting down 6 weeks currently. Because
like already have like a calendar set.
Yeah, literally. I think he should be back at the same time as Victor Oladipo. So that would be great. If they could come back at the same time.
I'm a good wave.
Exactly. And I'm excited because there's so much good to come. I know that right now it's like looking a little bleak and bad, and all the Heat fans are like running and screaming and setting everything on fire, which we always are. But they don't know that that's coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Like everything is gonna finally come together and we're gonna be really, really good.
Exactly.
So I'm so excited for that. Victor Oladipo is he's great. His defense we need it because our defense right now is not really
something else.
It's a little shaky right now. It's like someone said that they wish that our whole team was filled with PJs, and I agree because he looks like he's the only one that's out there
really trying
on defense. Really trying. And so it's like who's gonna step up, who's gonna be the leader, and it should be Kyle. And I hope that it's Kyle. Even when Jimmy's on the floor, I hope it's Kyle. Because
exactly.
He's our point guard. Everything runs through him.
Yeah.
So last night's game, obviously was tough. We talked about that.
Should we talk about the rumors of the possibility of Dame,
Oh, I'm all for that. If if it's actually true that we could just trade Kyle for Dame, I don't think that's all it would take
Yeah.
because it is Damian Lillard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's Damian Lillard.
Yeah. It's like getting like a rare Pokemon card with
Yeah.
Dame.
Literally, it really is. Like, I don't think it would
Yeah.
only take Kyle, but if it
Nah.
does, then I'll take it 100%. You know, I'll
Yeah.
trade a lot of people for him. You know, I don't know. Everyone, give everyone. I don't care. Just bring
The
him
whole
over here.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're still gonna have that problem of not having a backup point guard. So it's like, yeah, we have Damian Lillard if we get him, but who's gonna come off the bench for him? Gabe Vincent? You know what I mean?
Honestly.
And like you know, it's fine. I like Gabe and all, but like, is he really gonna come off the bench and do it if we get Dame what Dame can do? He can't even come off the bench and do what Kyle does at times.
Exactly.
So it's like,
Exactly.
you know, I feel like, yeah, we want to go after the big fish, but the little ones are important too. We definitely need a backup point guard that's not, you know, Gabe Vincent, someone that's actually going to come out and help us for real, help us. And, you know, actually be a true point guard. Because like Gabe Vincent is a point guard, yes, but he's not Kyle. Kyle is a true point guard where he is passing the ball first before he's scoring the ball. And I feel like that's what we need. You know what I mean? But I honestly, I have no idea what to do anymore. I'm just waiting for 6 weeks, you know, until Bam comes back, until Victor comes back, until I can stop crying myself to sleep every night. Because I can't anymore, Kaley.
I know, because I feel like this, of course, the month of December, I'm sure it's going to be rough for like most games. It's going to be like in and out, losing, win, losing, win. But I know that once like everyone is back, which is probably going to be like late January, early February, things will be okay. I think everything will be fine. But it's just kind of having to like hold on and say that it's like, we're good.
And like stay strong through it all. It's like, I can't. Like last night was so tough for me. Like Bobby Portis was flexing on us last night. Like, do you know what that is? Like I was ready to just break the controller in half. Like I was just so mad. Like it's just so frustrating, you know what I mean? Like we know what we could do and we don't do it, you know what I mean? And even shorthanded, we can beat these teams, these easy teams like Cleveland and like Indiana. Like Indiana was a good team. They are a good team. You know what I mean? And they had, I don't even think they had any injuries. They were full strength and we beat them. So it's like, how can we beat Indiana, but we can't beat Cleveland and we can't beat Milwaukee that also doesn't have any of, you know, doesn't have Giannis. So basically that's it. You know, without Giannis, they're definitely a different team. But still, Chris Middleton, you know, has to come in and play like Michael Jordan because when does he not do that? He does that every single time.
Yeah. But if we're getting calmed by Bobby and by Thanasis, then it's kind of like, okay, guys, what are we doing here? I don't want to be clowned and flexed on by Giannis's brother, okay? The AKA cheerleader of the Bucks, okay? So it's like, I can't.
It's like, you need to calm down, sir. Like, you've sat on the bench the whole season. Please calm down.
I know. And
but it is frustrating.
Vincent, like,
yeah, but let's be honest, though. Gabe Vincent kicked his legs out, though. Like, he lifted his body up just to kick him. Which is great. I mean, it's funny, you know. But like,
that was a funny sight.
It was funny, but you know, you could definitely tell it was like the frustration was so visible. Like you could definitely tell the Heat were just frustrated.
Yeah,
and it's like I would be frustrated too.
Yeah.
So the game's coming up. I hope that you know we can somehow pull it together. Hopefully, Jimmy stops getting hurt. Because I feel like every single game, there's something happening with Jimmy. You know, if it's an ankle, he's already been out for an ankle. Now he has the tailbone contusion and he had something else. And it's like, he's so injury prone. It's like, you know, that can't happen. You know, if we're going to win games, we need to have Jimmy Butler, like, period.
Yeah.
There's no other.
I feel like it's because like he's playing so many minutes and he's playing like 1,001%. And it's because like, it's almost like, okay, guys, we can't get Jimmy injured. So that means everyone else needs to step up. It can't just be Jimmy.
It can't. And it's always him though. But also when he steps up, everyone else does. And that shouldn't be like that. You know, it should be when Tyler steps up, then Kyle steps up and then everyone, or, you know, just as a collective whole, everyone just, you know, go into the game being like, hey, let's just go out there and do what we do, you know, play Heat basketball.
Yeah.
And like you said, Jimmy can't do everything. You know what I mean? He's out there giving 1,000% every single night. And it's like, this man is tired. Can someone please help him? Like, please. Yeah, like he's always getting injured because he's giving all that he has and more, you know, and there's nothing left in the tank. And in the Chicago game where he got injured, you know, he flew and he landed on his back. Oh, I knew he was going to be out. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he's out for 4 or 5 games. Like,
Yeah.
going back though, all the way to the Denver game, we should have won that Denver game at home. We had Bam. Bam was slow start in the first 2 quarters, which
Yeah.
whatever, that's fine. Bam usually has these slow starts. Second half, he scores, I think, 20, which is great. Awesome.
Yeah.
He should be doing that. Bam gets injured, the thumb or whatever. But without Jimmy, we didn't have Jimmy, we didn't have Tyler. That should have been a winnable game regardless. I think, we were down the entire game by 20. That was tough. And it's just the injuries are just setting us back. And like we've been saying all the time, somebody got to step up. Somebody,
Yeah.
anybody. I don't even care if it's Gabe Vincent at this point, if it's
Yeah.
Caleb Martin at this point. Well, Caleb has actually been playing really well.
No,
So
yeah.
he's
We
definitely a
recommended
spark
him.
off the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love Caleb Martin. I am 100% on the Caleb Martin train. I love what he
Yeah.
brings. He comes
And
out
his
and it's just
energy is,
energy.
like, off the charts. Yeah.
Yes,
It's off
the
the charts.
energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's insane. We need more of that.
Yes, a lot more of that. He's actually out there trying to score the ball, playing defense. And I actually think I saw something that his defensive rating when he's like defending defenders is great. It's like one of the highest on the team, which is awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a great defender. He has hops. He's like a little bunny out there. He's, every time he jumps for a rebound, I'm like, dude, like you're gonna break your legs or something, man, because he's getting so high. But I definitely like our bench. I really do like our bench. I think that we have a lot of guys that are fighting out there to get a spot and some playtime. Like Caleb, I love Caleb. I'm gonna forever say I love him, But there's a lot of guys on the bench that could step up too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back to the Kyle thing, he looks like he doesn't want to play with these people.
I know. And it's
like he really doesn't.
Like they really want to play with Kyle. It's almost kind of like wanting to play with like your dad, and it's like, come on, I want to try.
Your dad just doesn't want to play.
Yeah, your dad just doesn't want to play. And it's like, but I want to play.
Yeah, it's like an older sibling.
Yeah.
Like they're just like, little, like the younger siblings, like, no, I don't want to play with you. Like, but Kyle has to, you know what I mean? Like, this is all you have, Kyle. Like, please, like, make it work. You know what I mean? Like, these young guys off the bench, they just want a shot. And Kyle just looks annoyed every time he like passes the ball and they like miss a crazy alley-oop pass because Kyle's throwing these crazy alley-oop passes that only Jimmy Butler can catch because Jimmy Butler's like a wide receiver. Yeah. So it looks like he's getting upset when they are turning over the ball and stuff like that when he's throwing these wild passes. And it's like, cut them a break, cut them some slack. They're not starters. They're not, these well-known players. They're just these normal guys that are just fighting for some playing time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I don't know. The only bright spot in all of this, I feel, is the bench somewhat. Yeah. Because, they're actually, putting up numbers when we don't have anyone.
Yeah. That's the one, like, we should just kind of rely on that. Like, everything will be fine. The bench is trying. That's all we can really ask.
Exactly.
Is them to truly try. And as long as they do that, and as long as we have some of our older starter players wanting to collaborate and wanting to really just put in as much work as possible, or as much work as Jimmy, that alone would be great. Then I think we'll be fine. It's just more kind of trusting, praying, crossing your fingers.
Definitely praying, girl.
Yeah, I think we should be good.
But it's like our starting lineup isn't even bad. It's Tyler, Duncan, Kyle, Dedmon, and PJ. That's a pretty decent starting lineup. Like that really is. If our starting lineup, comes out in the first quarter and does it like what they did in Indiana, they came out, they did what they had to, the bench comes out and just keeps going, keeps going. The starters have to motivate our bench. So when they come off the bench, they're scoring the ball. You know what I mean? And the starters aren't doing that. They didn't do that versus Milwaukee. I think we were already down by 11 or 10 after the first quarter. So it's like, that's already tough. You look up at the scoreboard, you're down by double digits, and then your second unit's coming in.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's tough. You know what I mean? Like, at least give them something to work with. And, our starters aren't. The only one I think on our starters that's actually, producing, doing a good job is PJ. PJ's always, doing a good job, whether it's scoring the ball, that little floater that he does in the paint. That is, I don't know how it works, but it does every time.
It does, yeah.
It's so weird. It's like, I don't think it's going to go in. And then it's like a perfectly, like, swish. And I'm just like, okay, I mean, I guess. And then, of course, his defense, every game is just But someone has to do something. I at a loss for words at this point. I know that we're injured, and I try not to freak out like the rest of Heat Twitter that they freak out, and it's like the SpongeBob episode that they're in his head and everyone's just running around on
fire
fire.
and everything.
That is
Yeah.
literally Heat Twitter every single night, and it kills
Yeah.
me because that's me too. But then I have to like remember, we have a lot of people injured and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I'm trying to stay calm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hope for the
And if
best.
anything, we can have a benchmark now of that. At least we're not having a record-breaking losing record of 70. What's the 73, 76?
Yeah, 73.
73 points. Like at least we're not them.
Yeah, that is a bright side, you know what I mean? But also losing to Cleveland by I think it was like 20 something, 26, 25, that was tough. That was really tough. I guess I understand Milwaukee, losing by 24 or something. I don't even know. I couldn't even watch the final 3 minutes of the game because
30,
I was it was heart-wrenching. It was just so bad. Just terrible. And it's like these are just beatable teams, but I guess it's not 73, which is the bright side. You know what I mean? As an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, I am so sorry that you have to root for that team because I would cry myself to sleep. Yeah. We're sending you our regards and our strength because that's just tough, man. That's just really tough. But before we finish, though, I thought that maybe we could talk about the East a little bit, how it's looking. The Nets, the Bulls, the Wizards, the Bucks, of course. Everyone that's now above us. We had the same record as the Bucks last night, 14-9, I believe. Now we're 14-10. They're 15-9, so they're above us. But everyone in the East is looking great. For the first time in years, the East actually looks competitive, which is that never happens because it's always the West that's like the craziest thing ever.
The most wildest thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like I know that the Bulls have been kind of popping off a little bit lately, which is also I'm honestly like I want to see the Bulls succeed. I feel like them having like this really cool winning record is actually really cool, and it makes it more exciting that whenever we go against them, it's actually like a good game. It's not like one of those games that's like, oh, we're going against the Pelicans, who cares, So it's like we're going against the Bulls and kind of like that's kind of more fun. And I think we also go against them on Saturday, I think.
Yeah, yes, Saturday.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm
it's gonna be a good game.
To that. Yeah, it's gonna be like a really good game.
Yeah, definitely.
I think who the Nets against last night?
The Nets played the Bulls last night. The Bulls actually won. It was a very close game. Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Lonzo had this clutch 3 in the fourth quarter. I think I saw. So they beat the Nets. Thank God. The Nets needed to be humbled. Yeah. They've been at the top for way too long.
Yeah, they're like, we're fine. It's like,
it's like they're beating easy teams, though. Let's be honest. But then the Bulls come into town, and then they're like, we're gonna show you, that you're not the best team in the East. But definitely the Bulls are a threat in the East. The Wizards, obviously surprising because the Wizards, I don't even think made the playoffs last season. Yeah. So that's crazy. They got a bunch of guys which I didn't think was gonna work. Kuzma and Montrez, and then Bradley Beal, and it just works and it goes so good. And I mean, I'm surprised that they're so high in the East, but I don't think it's gonna last, to be honest. They're the Wizards, we're always used to seeing them all the way at the bottom. So it's like, I mean, and then you have the Knicks, which are like kind of decent. They're not really, talked about that much. They're just
besides the occasional bing bong every now and then.
Oh my goodness. That's the only thing I know about them. It's bing bong. Everything else I just don't know. Like they just don't even get media coverage. It's just bing bong and that's it. Oh my goodness, that's funny. But so the East is looking it's looking pretty well. It's looking pretty good. I'm the type that I live in the future. I always want to like, who are we gonna play in the first round? Who are we gonna go against and blah blah blah, and like, but I would love to see a Bulls and Heat series. That would be a great competitive, high energy series with a lot of young guys. Oh my god, so fun.
It'd be so fun.
It would be a lot of fun. I don't think that the Bulls would beat us. I'm biased, so but I actually want to talk about the 76ers. I hate them. I despise them. I want to throw up every time I say their name. But I don't know how they're doing. Are they doing well? What's their record?
So right now the Sixers have Embiid back, which is also like a really good thing since he's been out with
of course, he's the best center in the league.
Yeah. So, but then also we still have like the whole Ben situation looming, and every now and then. But with having Tyrese, Embiid, and the occasional Seth going off, they're like okay. Like with whenever they have that, they're kind of fine. But I think the main thing that I feel like if I can rant about for a second, is Tobias Harris. Tobias is literally overpaid.
Oh,
And
you think he's bad?
I think right now, if you look at the recent games, he's ass to me.
Oh my
Like,
goodness. I thought
I'm
he
sorry
was
with the
like a
curse,
really
but
good
he's
like role
bad.
player.
No, like I feel
Wow.
like he's a type
Good.
that at least recently, he's like the type to like miss easy layups, or if it's like you need like a clutch easy jumper, he can't make it
So like
sometimes.
Duncan Robinson or worse?
Maybe a little worse
Better.
because it's like I feel like with the layups, it's like I feel like that's like just be a guarantee. It's like a Tobias special that anytime he makes a layup, if it's like hard or contested, he celebrates, and it's kind of like
It's like a
guy.
Bobby Portis. It's like a Bobby Portis. It's Bobby Portis part two. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So it's like, dude, like layups should be an easy thing. He's getting old too, so it's like he's almost kind of more like the Kyle or like Jimmy kind of leadership kind of role, that he kind of brings the energy, he kind of gets the vibes going. But I feel like if anything, the person who's doing that more now is like Drummond and Danny Green. So it's like we don't
Yeah,
like anytime
look,
that he's out, it's like not that big
look,
of a deal.
I hope that everyone sucks on that team. Like, you know how I feel about them. So you telling me
Yeah.
Tobias playing bad, I'm like, keep it up, buddy. Keep it up, buddy. Like you
Yeah.
keep it up. Keep being bad. Keep missing wide open layups. Because I just want to see the Sixers fail. That's just
And it was so funny because like I feel like the previous game that so I think I forgot who the last game was against, but the last game they didn't have Tobias, and so they were kind of like, oh, because he was out on a sickness thing. It wasn't Corona, but it was just out on sickness. They were like, I think Sister sort of was like, if we were able to like win a game perfectly fine without Tobias, then he's more than technically like a liability than he is like an asset, and they won without him. So
yeah, it's like Duncan. I bet if Duncan sat for a couple games, we'll probably win all those games. I'm not even gonna lie. So,
like just to see, I guess.
Yeah, just let's just see. Just sit down, buddy, and just don't get up. Yeah. So I feel like maybe Sixers and he are kind of going through the same type of things. I don't know if Ben is even gonna make a return. Does he plan to even play this season at all?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? I think that
now it's just
he's
like
at this point he's dragging it.
Yeah, I feel like now
he's dragging it.
He's like a little sitting trade piece at this point. There's nothing really going on with him. He wouldn't even know what he's doing.
Let's be honest though, if this was happening to a Heat player, Pat Riley would have shipped him off so fast
100%.
that he wouldn't even have blinked. He would have been in another state on another team. Like, I don't know why the Sixers are, and I guess they can't find a spot for him in any other team because nobody wants him. Yeah, which is sad. You know, I hate the Sixers. You know how I feel, but Ben could produce for a team. He really could. He really can. Like he can. You know, he's a decent player. You know, he doesn't have a shot, but he can produce for a team. So it's like, would you take him on the Heat? Oh my goodness, I would. I don't know.
Ben on the Heat.
The backup point guard, the backup to Kyle.
That's the feeling. It would just be a mess. It's almost like having a kid. Like it's like the whole dog analogy that everyone else is dogs, and then like there's Ben who's kind of just like it's
like the Chihuahua.
Yes,
he's a Chihuahua. Everyone's like Rottweilers and Bulldogs and Pit Bulls, and there's a little Chihuahua.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I would not take him at all.
I wouldn't match at all.
Well, talking about a backup point guard, I've seen some rumors about John Wall coming to the Heat. It's one of the destinations he wants. I love it. Everyone's like, John Wall's washed. First of all, he hasn't played in like I think a season or two, so it's like or one season. He's playing with Houston. I mean, does he even want to really even
perform?
Waste his time to play there? No, like they are terrible. So it's like if he actually comes here and is a backup point guard to Kyle, I actually think that our development and our culture could actually help him, and he could actually help us because he is a really good point guard. When he was, you know, in his prime and he was, you know, doing what he was doing in Washington, he was great. So I still think that that's something inside him that just needs to be ignited by being on a winning team, because in Houston, you know, they're not winning. They're terrible. He does not want to play
Yeah.
there. He does not want to waste his
Yeah.
time to, the only thing you'd be doing is stat padding. And it's like,
Yeah.
why do you want to do that? You want to win.
Yeah.
So I think that would be really cool if we could get John Wall, if the Dame stuff falls through, which, let's be honest, it might,
It might, yeah.
it might. John Wall's always a good option for a backup point guard. I see everyone on Heat Twitter is like, no, he's washed. And I'm like, dude, just give the guy a chance. Like, what are we going to lose? Like, we have Gabe Vincent as our backup point guard. Like,
True.
he might be better. Like, he might be better.
Exactly.
Like, please.
We're talking about a bar that's like right here, guys. Come on. Like,
yeah, the bar is
a little bit better.
already low. Like, it's low already. Like, there's not going lower. Like, it's just crazy. But yeah, so I think that pretty much wraps everything up, sums everything up. We were just going at everyone's throat today, huh?
Yeah.
Like, it's just these guys need
they need to wake up call, guys.
Yeah, so. they need to wake up,
Yeah.
So, but I think Monday we'll turn it around. Tomorrow we'll turn it around if Jimmy comes back. Shout out to 5 Reasons for that that tweet, because that made my morning, my day, my week, my month. so yeah, basically that's it, I feel. Do you have anything to add? Or we went down everyone's throat already, I think.
Yeah, I think we really choked out everyone we could.
Yeah.
And we're kind of optimistic. We know that we have a chance later. I'm excited for tomorrow's game because I'm going to tomorrow's game, actually.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I am.
That's fun. I was dying to go, but I was like, you know what? Let me stay home just in case I rage again.
Yeah.
Last time I went to the game, it was Denver, and we lost by 20. So
true.
I was suffering. I was the whole game I want to go home so I could just scream.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's game. I'm looking forward to the Bulls game on Saturday.
Yes. So we play Milwaukee again, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we play Memphis, Milwaukee, and then Chicago. And Giannis will most likely probably be back for that game. So it's
yeah, we have an interesting set of games.
But it's a 3-game homestand. You know what I mean? We haven't had a homestand in forever. We have the weirdest schedule in the NBA for some reason. It's all of our games have been away. It's so awful. Yeah. But now we're going home, so I'm excited. Hopefully we 3-0 at home these games.
Yeah.
But definitely some hard teams, all young, energetic, good teams. So let's pray Jimmy comes back and scores 30 points per game all those games.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Well, then that's it. I mean, thank you guys for watching. Shout out to 5 Reasons Sports, Heat versus the World podcast. Thank you for listening to us.
On Spotify.